Good morning, students. We'll start with our today's lecture. Yesterday we had completed till entering the data, how to enter the data in Excel and how to manage those data. Today we'll be seeing how to data on which we can do manipulations, not only managing but manipulating the data, that is changing the actual destination of the data, all such things. So changing the data or data actually means that while we are doing manipulations, we are doing moving the data from here and there, copying the data, that is we are creating a replicate copy of that data, as well as the cell contents. So whatever the cell contents are, we are changing the destination from one place to another, from one sheet to another, one workbook to another workbook as well. So simultaneously you can exchange or copy the data or cut the data, that is moving the data. That's it. So while doing this, what we have to do, what steps, what are there? The first step is click the cell. So whichever your data is, that must be in the cell format in your Excel. So that cell format, you have to select that cell whichever you want to copy. Now that could not be one single cell, that can be many cells. So just click your mouse left button and just drag it. While you drag that button, wherever till whatever location you want to copy your data, just drag all the data together and select the rows and columns. So it's not specific that you select both, that is rows and columns. You can either go for row, that is only rows values, you can go for only column values also. So select those, drag it, and then you can just manipulate. There are three options to manipulate the data. First one is copy and paste. So copy and pasting is, suppose I have three sheets in my workbook, that is Excel spreadsheet. So in that three sheets, the first sheet is about student details, second is students examination details, and third is students personal details, sorry, the students result details. So all those things require one common value, that is students roll number, through which they are identified. So that roll number value can be same copied to all the three sheets. So what I can do is I can put my ranges of the roll numbers in sheet 1, and then I can just drag that sheet, that column, and select right click and click on copy, and just go on that another sheet, select that much cells what I want, and click on right click and click on paste. So this is the first option. If you want, you can have copy and paste buttons on your home tab as well. There is a scissor sign which identifies cut. There is a replicate two page sign which identifies copy, and paste is one single paste option written there. So there are words specified, that is cut. Just if you move your scroll, that is mouse cursor on that, you can just identify what is cut, copy, paste. Second manipulation criteria when you enter the data or manipulate the data is cutting and pasting. So cut means you are taking it from one location and just pasting out to one location. You are not creating any replicate copy. So select the cells that you wish to copy. Now whichever cells you want to copy, you just select that, and in that, on the clipboard, go on the home tab. You go on the home tab, you click on cut. There's a scissor sign, small scissor sign, so you can click on that, that is cut options icon. Select the cells where you want to like to copy the data. Now wherever you want to change the location of that data, just go and select that cells. And on the clipboard you have a home tab. On that home tab you have a paste option, just click on paste. Even if you right click the mouse button, you will get the list, and in that list you can select the data. Next is undo and redo. Undo means replicating the previous operation which you have done, and redo means undoing the first option which you have done. Undo means what? Suppose by mistakenly I type control plus Z 5 times and I do not want to delete it. What I can do is I just can click on undo. What it will do? Reverse my last action, that is it will remove that 5 Z's which I have put in my data. Redo is, suppose if I feel no that 5 Z's should be there, I'll click on redo, that Z's will appear again. That is, undo means reversing the last action and redo means undo the last action. That is, whichever function my undo has done, please replicate it again with the help of redo. That is the use of undo and redo. So undo and redo have those arrow marks beside your save option on the quick access toolbar. The left hand side arrow shows you undo and the right hand side arrow, the twisted arrow, shows you redo option. So next is autofill. Autofill here means, we'll read it first. The autofill feature fills cell data or series of data in a worksheet into a selected range of cells. If you want the same data copied in the other cells, you only need to complete one cell. If you want to have a series of data, fill in the first two cells in the series and then use the autofill feature. Click the fill handle and drag the fill handle to complete the cells. Now this is a very we can say a very majestic, or we can say a very crucial function of Excel, which Excel has given us. That is, you just enter the data in one cell and drag it. Whichever series you want, you can just have it. That is, I'll tell you what is there. So autofill is an option which gives you an range of data or series of data without typing. That means, suppose if I have cell 1 here and 2 here, so I want the roll numbers from 1 to 50. I do not have to type 1 to 50 numbers here. What I can do is, I'll type 1 here and 2 here and select both the cells. When selecting both the cells, this handle which you are getting, that is called as fill handle. This fill handle you can drag till 50 numbers. At the last, when you stop, if you will get a small list where they'll ask you copy the same cells. That is, you want to copy the same data, or if you want to fill it in series, you can fill in series. Do you want this in descending order? You can go for descending order. Do you want to sort? You can sort the data as well. So this is for the filled data as well as non-filled data. That means, suppose you are putting a date. So today's date is basically 24/11/2020. So if I type that date and I drag it down, I will get the range of dates further, how many cells you have selected. So this is the use of fill handle option. So this is your fill handle. The dark square shape is your fill handle, and this function whole is called as an autofill function. Next is modifying a worksheet. So modifying basically means what changes you can make to your worksheet. The very first is insert cells, rows and columns. So it's not compulsory that you are just satisfied with what data you have or how much data you have. You can go for editing those data as well. Means, suppose I have entered 50 numbers or 50 rows data and 50 columns data, but in between I feel like I have to insert some data which is missing in between my somewhere table into it. What I can do, I'll delete the data and again I'll enter it? No. I can insert it with the help of rows and columns. That means you can place the cursor wherever above you want to select the data. Means what? Suppose in between 49 and 50 you want to add the data. So you will keep your cell selected on 50 and just right click on the exact row side, the rows where it has started. the row values, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, where your rows denote. There you go and you just click on right click and select insert row above. That will give you a new row between 49 and 50. You can do same for your columns. Your columns denote A, B, C, D, E. So between C and D, if you want one more new column, you can just go on C column and just select there. Click on right click and select insert column beside, that is right or left. It will ask you, you click on right because you want between C and D. You will get a new column. So this is the use of your insert. Same you can do for cells as well. You can do for rows and columns. Likewise, next one is your delete cells, rows and columns. You have these options on your delete button as well in your cells group or whichever group you are finding it. In the functions button, that is autosum, beside autosum you have insert button, you have delete button. You can go for that also directly. Delete rows also is the same. Select the rows which you want, select the columns which you want, just right click and select delete rows or delete columns. If you want, you can go on the delete button in the formulas tab and just select delete or insert option, whichever you wish to, and you can delete the rows and columns. Next is find and replace. Now suppose you have an data entry of 200 columns and 500 rows. So in that, finding a particular word or finding a particular name, you cannot scroll 500 names at a time. So what you can do is, you have a best option that is called as find and replace. Find and replace is one option in your home tab. In your home tab, you have an option find and select, as you can see here in your home tab. You just go on that and see your insert and delete button is also here. Likewise, you have find and select. I'm sorry, it is in the home tab, not in the formulas tab. Insert and format. As well as find and select, if you click, you will get a dialog box, and in that dialog box they will ask you find what and replace with. So suppose if I wish that I just want to find, I do not want to replace, so there are two options separately. There are two tabs when you open that dialog box, find and replace. So find, if you click, it will just show you find what. If you write that name and click on OK, find next will occur down if you have ample of copies, that is you have that name on 4 to 5 columns or rows, that is destinations. If you do not have that much, what you can do is just find, it will get highlighted in your Excel sheet. Go and do your work. You can just select and change it if you want. If you directly want to change it in the multiple copies, that is, suppose a certain name is there of an enterprise, you want to change the name of the enterprise, but there are 500 entries at a time, you cannot scroll it. You can go in replace. There are two options, find what and replace with. In find what, you write the enterprise name. Suppose that find what enterprise name is in the 4 locations. In replace with, you write that name whichever you wish, that is you want to change it with some another name, just do that. And you can click on replace. If you click on replace, that will change only in one single location. If you select replace all option from the dialog box, it will change on all the 4 locations wherever it is there in your Excel sheet. So this is the use of find and replace. Next is go to command, that is if you want to directly jump onto the go to command, just click on this find and select arrow which you make. If you select this arrow, you will get the list in which you have third option, that is go to command. If you want to jump on certain word directly, you can go with go to command also. That is go to command will take you to certain column letter, that is you want to go on the Z column directly, you can go with the help of go to command. You want to go on the 500 row, number. You can go on the 500 row number directly with the go to command. Spell check is to correct the spellings and all those things. You can go for spell check. Spell check is in the option called as review tab. You have the first option, that is spelling. You have thesaurus also, that is the dictionary, which you can use. Spelling button for checking the spellings. Spell check can be put directly also while entering the data, so they auto correct your data. Next is calculations. So calculations are dependent on n number of options, that is Excel formulas, references, operators, constants, functions, all those things. So Excel formulas are your normal formulas which you can write using equal to sign at the start in your cell. If you type equal to and start the formula in the fx bar in your formula bar in Excel, you can start with equal to sign and type the formula which you want. Second is references, the cell or range of cells that you want to use in your calculations. So suppose there are 5 total calculations altogether in one column. You can just denote the range of cells which are there and you can do the calculations, that is references. Operators, symbolically also you can represent the calculations with the help of plus, minus, multiplication, division, all those things. Constants is numbers or text values that do not change, that is ascending, descending order values. Functions, your functions are Excel predefined functions, that is predefined formulas in Excel. You do not have to do anything. Just to create a basic formula in Excel, type equal to sign, that is, and type the formula and click enter. When you click on enter, you will get that formula applied and the answer as well. So to calculate these functions, you have common functions, that is sum, that is total, average, that is mean value, minimum values, maximum values, and the count, that is the altogether count. So that can be done using a certain range. How you can do that? You just have to click on the function button in the formulas tab. When you click on that function button, that is this f of x, insert function button, you will get these number boxes. What you have to do, if you type sum here and click the number 1, the second number which you want to add in the total, you just click on that and specify the number here, and when you click on OK, you will get the answer wherever you have specified the location and the third time, that is in which box you want. So it will give you an total or a sum of 2 values. Now it's not compulsory that you go for only 2 values. You can go for 3, you can go for 4, depending on selection, and you can write the formula with the help of equal to sign as well. So we'll stop here for this lecture. Next new topic we'll take in the next lecture. Thank you.